What's up, witches? There it is. Hold on, I'm putting charcoal pieces in my cauldron because I am unboxing a gift deck. Woohoo! This is an Egyptian deck called the Book of Doors Divination deck. I'm going to get in here because I have put the receipt from my gifter where I put them, which is in the box. This is a gift from Tina in New Zealand. I am so grateful, Tina. So grateful. Let's put this back in here and take a look at the box. So the Book of Doors Divination deck. Sorry, I'm fresh off my birthday weekend, so an alchemical oracle from ancient Egypt, and it's Athon Vegge, Vegge, I think it's Vegge, Athon, Athon, and Alison Davidson. And we have the same thing there. This is published by Destiny Books. Do I have any Destiny Books decks? I'm not sure. All right. The Book of Doors presents an entirely new way to gain access to the wisdom and power of ancient Egypt. A practical tool for divination, meditation, and magical invocation, it will enable you to draw upon the energy of the Egyptian deities, the Neteru. The Magi of ancient Egypt called upon these powers through a highly refined sacred science that enabled them to transform both matter and spirit. That science cannot be learned by rational means alone. It must be approached intuitively through a state of consciousness that penetrates all symbols. Oh, that science can't be learned. All right, I got it. By combining vivid imagery with profound esoteric principles, the Book of Doors serves as a potent device for unlocking intuition and for communicating with the living energy of the ancient ones. The 65 cards in this boxed set were reproduced from Athon Vegge's evocative paintings, which dramatically convey the power and significance of each deity. The accompanying book by Athon is probably what it is. That was what makes sense. Athon Vegge and Alison Davidson describes a system of divination based on two occult keys, the Emerald Tablet of Hermes Trismegistus and the Magic Square of Pythagoras, an initiate of the Egyptian mysteries. The ancient Egyptian practice of throwing a die, combined with a unique triangular 10-card spread, opens the door to the realm of the gods, where you will find inspiration, illumination, and a deeper understanding of self. Italian artist and architect Athon Vegge has conducted extensive research into the archetypal relationships between place, art, and architecture in Egypt, the Middle East, and India. Alison Davidson, a teacher of esoteric traditions in her native New Zealand and the United States, is a writer and editor for the Borderland Sciences Research Foundation. I want to take a look at something real quick here, as I do sometimes. Let me get a doc open. Get my catalog open because I want to see if I have anything else from Destiny Books in Rochester, Vermont. But interesting that I have a New Zealander that sent it to me, and the author is a New Zealander as well as a Kiwi as well. All right, I see I have you zoomed in already here. Let's do it like that. All right, something like that. Actually, I need to zoom you out just a little bit. Yeah, because I want you to see the whole box. All right. Here's the book. Here are the cards. There is the die. Exciting. It's exciting when there's a new system. All right, so let's go into the book just a little bit. The copyright on this is 1995. Ooh, so this one's been around for a while. All right, acknowledgments, introduction, alchemy, the sacred science of ancient chem, netter, number, and sound, the art of divination approaching the oracle, and then we have the doors. Netter, Neteru, and we've got 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups of 8 cards. All right. Let's look at the short introduction. The mysteries of ancient Egypt still haunt the human mind and imagination. The awesome temples and towering monuments that rise from the desert of the land once called Kem, I never knew that, are tantalizing images of a richly spiritual civilization, reminding us of a time when the natural laws of the universe were understood and harmonized within the people, a time when humans knew who and what they were in the vastness of the cosmos. The Egypt we know, with her genealogy of dynasties continuing unbroken for thousands of years, is only a brief span in her total history. The monuments, dating back 5,000 years, only touch on the mystery of her hidden past. Quote, a past from which the track has been obliterated like footprints in the shifting wilderness of sand. That's a quote from Massey. Sifting through the records of her past, we find few clues to tell us of the creation of the earliest mythologies. The great families of deities are born in pre-dynastic times. Their mythic system is already perfected when history begins. By contrast, our own civilization seems transient and fragmented. The human race has lost touch with the roots of its mythic past and now flounders in the wake of a self-destructive technology, which, instead of honoring nature and evolving in harmony with the spiritual principles that formed us, seems intent only on destruction. Isn't that the truth? People everywhere are desperately seeking for some deeper meaning to life in the spiritual vacuum man has created on this planet, and think that this was 25 years ago that this was written. How far we've come since then. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Hold on. Oh, please cooperate with me. Okay, here we go. Boom! That's better. How far we have diverged from the ancient way of perceiving the universe, yet how eloquently Egypt speaks to us across the bridge of dynasties from her primordial origin. Her speech manifests in the universal language of symbols and in the archetypal images of her gods and goddesses, or Neteru. The sacred science of Chem lies encoded within the hieroglyphics inscribed so long ago in rock and clay, and if we can learn to understand their meaning, we are able to observe a pattern unfolding in the complex pantheon of gods and goddesses, beckoning us deeper into her forgotten past. The pattern becomes a wonderful mandala with the living energy of the Neteru weaving their dance of mysterious beauty through time and space. Through the Book of Doors, we too can enter this dance of spirit as we return to the pure archetypes of the Egyptian deities and the energies they represent within the mythology of creation, from the birth of the sun through all the phases of manifestation. The images of the 65 cards are faithful representations of the Egyptian Neteru. Through the doors, the pylons of ancient memory, we have a potent tool for communicating directly with their energies and their living reality. It's feeling like this is going to be more of a ritual training book than divination. The magical system elaborated in the Book of Doors is based upon two occult keys. One is the alchemical text known as the Emerald Tablet of Hermes Trismegistus, which describes the occult process of transmutation of the elements from prime matter to the purity of gold, representing the solar spirit of Ra. The other is the numerical system of Pythagoras, himself an initiate of the Egyptian mysteries, and in particular the magic square, which provides the basis of the numbering of the Neteru. With these two keys, the 8 families of 8 Neteru have been arranged with their functions designated by the element they belong to, and by the evolution of the mysteries in the major religious centers of Heliopolis, Memphis, and Thebes. The first group, the family of 8 primordials, are pre-dynastic and extremely ancient, as a group of cosmic principles related to the formation of matter. They exist in darkness in the primal mud and water, bearing the heads of frogs and snakes. All right. They are the sacred Ogdoad, the seeds of the elements, and from this primal origin, the creative myth unfolds layer by layer through the successive families to culminate in card number 64, the coming forth by day. Here, the spirit freed from the ordeals of the Duat, the underworld, and the darkness of ignorance and illusion is reborn into the glory of the rising sun. As we worked on the cards in this book, we got the impression that the Neteru themselves were wanting to come through at this time, that it was time for their rebirth. We offer the Book of Doors as a practical tool for the ancient and sacred art of divination, for meditation, and for magical invocation and evocation. In approaching the oracle, one can enter the realm of the gods and find inspiration, illumination, and a deeper understanding of self. When we step through the doors and feel the touch of the ancient ones upon our lives, we can know truly and without doubt that we are they, and the mysteries will be revealed. Okay. Then there's a chapter about alchemy and the Emerald Tablet. And Emerald Tablet gives us a schema for grouping the Neteru into families that are based on the 4 elements and the principles of alchemy. The resulting 8 families are the primordials, Tepi Awi Un, heaven, which is Pet, fire Akut, moon A, sun Ra, wind Nef, earth Ta, and Duat, which is Duat. Did it? Okay, wait a minute. Duat. What is that? Duat. Okay, so Duat is the underworld. Each family is made up of 8 Neteru, and the 8 phases multiplied by 8 result in a 64 Neter system that expresses the genesis of the universe in the development from pure energy into matter and then to the dissolution of matter in a cycle of birth and rebirth. Okay. Then we have Neter, number, and sound. Hail thou only one, thou maker of all things which exist. Yay. Neteru and numbers. Numbers are the sources of form and energy in the world. They are dynamic and active even among themselves, almost human in their capacity for mutual influence. To me, the only true universal languages are number and music. You hear music as a universal language. No, it's a universal phenomenon, not a universal language. But the relationships, the numerical relationships of music, I think, makes it a language. Okay, meaning of numbers corresponding to the Neteru, sounds and meanings of the hieroglyphs. Holy moly. So this has got a lot to go into. It gives you the Egyptian alphabet and the sounds of it. Wow. Hidden vowels, the art of divination. Here we go. And it talks about the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Our method of divination involves the use of Pythagorean tetractys, which is simply the series of the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 arranged in the form of a triangle. When these are added together, they equal the transcendent unity whose value is 10, one complete cycle of becoming. Within this magic triangle can be found all worlds from the spiritual at its apex through the mental, emotional, and physical in descending order. Okay. Number 1 contains everything in itself. All opposites are excluded. All right, this is going to take a lot of reading on my part, and I'm not going to go into it now. The method of divining. Let's see what it says. Holy moly, look at this. Pardon me. I had a big piece of Black Forest cake for my breakfast, my birthday cake. Okay, and my face has the sugar bloat. For divining with the Book of Doors, we have as our tools the Pythagorean magic square, the tetractys, with the representation of the myth of Geb, which is earth, and Nut, which is sky, separated by Shu, air, superimposed on it, and the special 8-sided die. The tetractys forms the basic divination spread. As the cards are chosen, they're placed in order from 1 to 10 on the numbers or points. Okay, it is useful to keep a notebook handy during divination session so you can keep track. All right. There are 2 ways to draw cards from the deck. All right, I'm going to pause here and we're going to stop and look at the cards. This is page 25, and then we will go back to that. So we have... And I'll let you hang out with my astrological dice for a little bit here. We have unevenly cut cards. Don't know if you can see it. See that? These are, okay, so these have been leveled on the desk, but we've got unevenly cut cards. So that's back to the publisher. I mean, I'm particularly seeing this thing here. Anyway, here are the backs, scarab. And let me bring you in closer. Closer still. All right. So there's the Neteru. This is the 65 card. And there's a lot of repeating images. We see the image of the snake and these 2 like flags repeating all around. Not really any image you can grab a hold of, to intuitively. Tepi Awi Un. So this is the first family. And this is the number 1 of that family, which is Nu. And can you see head and arms, this person kind of backward arching in a spiral? And then we have symbols up in the corner. Let me see if those symbols are part of the hieroglyphs that we can pronounce. And no, they aren't. We've got little... All right, let's just go to the doors and see what it says. The Netter of Neteru. All right. The family of the 8 primordials. What is below is that which is above, and what is above is that which is below. The 8 primordials are a group of cosmic principles related to the formation of matter. These Neteru are pre-dynastic and extremely ancient. So, I mean, this is like a little primer on just Egyptian deity. The polarity of the 8 primordials. And then we have the family of 8 primordials. So this one is Nu, which means night. It's the number 1, first impulse of creation. The 3 vases above the sign for the sky, Pet, are the containers of the energy above the sky, that which is above. It kind of sounds a little bit like the I Ching, but the vases are not only the containers of the energy, they are also the energy that is contained. The energy above is identical with the energy below. So interestingly, you know, there are 64 hexagrams in the I Ching. There are 64 cards here with the 1 extra. So we go through on each card. It describes the card. It talks about the deity. And then at the end, we get divinatory meaning, and it's very short, as you can see. The beginning and the end, the beginning of a potent transformation with far-reaching possibilities. Okay. And now we have Nut, who is, and she also says night. So Nu says night, Nut says night. Okay, this is kind of confusing and interesting. Obviously, reading is required here. Okay. Then we have Hehu, which is eternity. Okay. Then we have Hehut, which is also eternal. Okay, I think I get it. I think we have male and female. Yes, because obviously Nu is male and Nut is female. Okay, so we've got pairs here. And I might have found that out by actually reading the whole thing. So, Hu, Hehu, and Hehut. Interested in looking at the difference between their divinatory meanings. So Hehu says the significance of the cycles of time in the querent's life, the right time to act for long-reaching success. Hehut says immediate transformation of a situation, light is shed on a perplexing problem, the end of obscurity. Let's look at these two. Nu is the beginning and end, the beginning of a potent transformation with far-reaching possibilities. Nut, powerful protection and opportunity to transcend previous limitations, a reminder of our being in the vastness of the cosmos. So the meanings are different. All right. Kekyu has a frog face. So remember it talked about them being like frogs and snakes. Here they are. They've got froggy faces. Immediate transformation of a situation. Light is shed on a perplexing problem. End of obscurity. Kekiut is through the darkness. There's a glimmering of light and hope. With perseverance, this light will blossom into a new perception. So, okay. Care is this one. Secret. And carrot. Kekiu and Kekiut was obscurity. This is secret. Kerhet. Then we have Pet, the family of heaven. All right, so let's see. It rises from earth to heaven and again descends into earth, and it receives the strength of things above and below. All right. So they have at the introduction to each section here, and no, they don't. Okay, so they didn't do it for the first family, but for this second family, we have the creative powers of the family of heaven are as follows, and it goes through each. So here we have Kemt, or Kemti, Kemet, the black or chaos. And then we have Shen, or circuit of heaven, cosmos. And here, let's look at the artwork some. We've got a frog here and snakes. That looks like it might even be the moon. And the cosmos swirling, or is that like primordial earth? Don't know. And then this is Shen-Er. Okay. A lot of information with each one. Ra. The Eye of Ra. The word Ra is a seed syllable meaning creative power. And that's what it says as like the base description of the card. That's what it says right there. Thou art the God one who didst come into being at the beginning of time. Okay. See the eyes of Ra. And then we have Keper Ra. From Keper, to make, take form, become. Also Keper means four. Septet. You see her with the double crowns and standing in the boat. The star Sept, or Sirius, also Black Auset. Oh, Black Isis. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be walking through this book step by step. That is for sure. Then we have Nate. I think she's pronounced Neith. Who knows? From the root netet, to weave. So she's the weaver. Look at all these threads coming together. An auspicious time to make contacts and connections, integration, creativity. Okay. So we do see parts of the image that connect with the divinatory meaning. I'm backing up to look at Septet. A revelation, penetration into the hidden nature of existence, occult knowledge. All right, continuing. Sesheta, to write, also connected with Sefket, the number 7. Okay, the power of 7. 7, so this is like the chakras, maybe? Okay. Building, creating. Then we have Mat, that which is straight, with her beautiful wings. Should be wearing my Mat earrings. Then we have the family of fire, Akut. And the first of this, and then we go through the 8 on this little introduction too. So it didn't do that with the primordials. Ta, opener. All right. The act of creation, plain and simple. Bashtet, the lady of the east. Oh, look at her, sweet, sweet kitties. All right. Then we have Shekmet. Yeah, baby, from Shechem, meaning power. Yes. A powerful protector, less passion, fire, and strength, magical power. Bess. Okay, this looks like Kali. To advance, leopard, fire. Bess is shown as a dwarf god with a huge bearded head and squat bowed body. The skin he wears is from the leopard family. Its tail touches the ground behind him. His name derives from Bessa or Basu, the name of the animal whose skin he wears. A god of laughter, joy, and pleasure. Okay. not like Kali. Promise of pleasure and fulfillment, rejuvenation and joy, access to a forbidden dimension. Then we have Nefertum, the young Tem. Oops. Number 6, and you notice each of the families numbers 1 through 6. So there are 65 cards, but we don't get numbers like 1 through 65 or even 0 through 64. We just get sets of 1 through 8. So what distinguishes them is the family name. Hethert. This is Hathor. Hethert. Better known as Hathor, yes. So it's always fascinating to me to see, the actual Egyptian name as opposed to the way we pronounce things, which are probably Greek. All right, hold on. I want to find something here. Okay, Destiny Books. The Hoodoo Tarot is Destiny Books. And New Orleans Voodoo Tarot is Destiny Books. And the Phoenix cards are Destiny Books. Ooh, I have a lot. And the Sibyl's Oraculum is Destiny Books. Okay. This is making so much sense. So good on you, Destiny Books. Well done. All right. So there's Hetert, the house above. Then we have Ashtoreth. Okay, Astarte. Astarte and Ishtar, yes, also identified as the goddesses Ishtar and Astarte. Ashtoreth was a powerful and popular goddess throughout the Delta. After she was adopted by the Egyptian people, the mistress of horses. Look at her with a lion head. Wow, she has a very short. Interesting. So when we get into these, I mean, it depends on the goddess, because look at Hathor's got like more than 2 pages. Sekhmet's got a few. Ashtoreth has 1 page. The conquering of one's enemies, sensual pleasure exalted to become spiritual joy, travel for one's advantage. All right. And then Imhotep is the last, he who comes in peace. And this family, there's going to be a lot of referencing here. So the pet family was heaven. This is the fire family, Aukut. And then we have the family of the moon. Amun is the first, that which is hidden. Okay. Then we have Apet. Oh, I have an Apet statue that is in the possession of my niece right now. It was given into her possession when she was pregnant with her first child. She's now pregnant with her second. So she will hang on to that until that's done, and then Apet will be coming home again. But yes, look at the big pregnant belly. Hidden forces at work. That makes a hell of a lot of sense. Oops. All right, then we have, okay, so Apet says represents beginnings. Pet is the sky. Amsu, the procreator. Knemu, from knem, to build, also to unite. Tehuti, in Greek, Thoth. From Tehu, the oldest name for the ibis bird. Lots of information on Tehuti. So you can kind of tell the importance. Mut, mother. And I mean, the artwork really is beautiful here. There is a lot to look at. And look at Mut. Okay, a goddess with a penis. And we have her followers here holding up little peni into the air. She has 4 arms. Okay, I'm still on Mut here, sorry. The consort of Ammon, the female Neter in the triad of Thebes. As the world mother, she was considered to be the great maternal power who conceived and gave birth to everything, although she herself was self-produced and linked with Nu as a primeval deity. Moot wears the crown. She wears a vulture's head, and her wings are outstretched. Where does it mention the genitalia on this woman? It doesn't. Okay, here we go. Moot became identified with every goddess that expressed the maternal principle, including Hetert, Auset, and Apet. As the cult of Amun-Ra spread through Egypt, Moot took on the solar attributes of Sekhmet and Bastet and became the Eye of Ra. She is represented as Sekhmet Bastet Ra, a three-headed goddess with wings and a phallus, or sometimes with a man's head and phallus on a female body. Containing both the male and female energies within herself, Moot conveys the twin energies of Sirius into manifestation. She forms the egg to contain the fire of life, and she hatches the new being into the world. Okay. So she holds the opposites within her. Khonsu, from Kens, to travel. See the moon disk there, and is the family. Kemetef, bull of his mother. Wow. All right. Ra family, the family of the sun. Atom, to be complete. Shu Tefnut, from Shu meaning dry to Tef, to be moist. Okay, no comment. Seth, throne, also to cut, tail, and stone. He's like the devil card. He was the one that caused the problems. He's the one that chopped up Osiris. Okay. And then we have Nebtet, the lady of the house. Auset's sister, Nephthys. Okay, yeah, I was going to say Neptet sounds like Nephthys. She's Neptunian. Look at the tears falling. Deception, corruption, and sorrow. Wait, I want to see what Seth was. Opposition, strife, retreat is preferable to defeat. Okay. Then we have Auset, the throne, Isis, with Horus on her lap. And a lot there too. Gebnutchu. This one has no, bolded meaning. That's very strange. Let me see. It's number 6. I want to see what it says on this list. Gebnutchu represent the principles of joining and separating, which both contribute to generating life. All right. Heru, that which is above. That's Horus. And then Ausar, he who is seen. Osiris. Osar. All right. Now we are into the Neph family, the family of the wind, with Meskenet, the birth house. Then we have Renenet, from RNN, nourishment, and WTT, snake. Renenet. Okay. Then we've got Me'ert. Is that like Mot? Mighty fullness. In particular, Hetert, Me'ert, and Nut. Okay. Doesn't say, I don't have a familiar name that they're saying with this one. Okay. This one is Mighty Fullness. And then we have Afneteru, Mesta, Hapi, Taumutef, and Kebsenuf, of the 4 children of Heru. Bennu, to rise, to shine. Look at that phoenix energy. Oof. Then we have Shai. Oh, wait, I skipped one. Serket, she who liberates the breath. Oh, so she's got the Ankh in her hand, which is a key to open the mouth so you can breathe. I think that's the tool for the opening of the mouth. Got her feet on a scorpion. Shy, luck or destiny. Wow, look at that dark god. Pardon me. And Mafdet, she who sees clearly. Right, Ta, the family of earth. Starts with Geb, from the word for goose. Sobek, he who reunites, also to make pregnant. If you're a Buffy fan, you've heard of Sobek before. Season 5. Ujit, the green goddess of the north. Ujit. Nekbet, germination, goddess of the south. So you see the two different crowns of Upper and Lower Egypt. And then we have Hapi, from Hap, an ancient name for the Nile, meaning the hidden one. Look at that, down in the earth. Then we have Akeru, from Akit, room, also Akert, the subterranean world. It's going to be a long video, you guys, sorry. Sut, Akeru, 6. Uh-oh. All right, did I do something here? I'm either missing a card. Oh no. I am looking for, okay, this is Akeru. The one I need is Aner and Rek, the Philosopher's Stone. So in the Neph, or the Ta family, Ta, 5, 6. All right, I'm sad. I think I might be missing a card in this deck. I have had other decks that I've sworn... Oh, there it is. It just got... Whew. Okay. Satet. There we are, Satet. From sat, to shoot, eject, or pour out. Thank God. And then Aner and Rek is the Philosopher's Stone. And this is the family of Duat, the underworld. Our last one, Sokar, to silence. Apep, the great snake or the great enemy, meaning oppression. Anpu, opener of the ways, from Anp, to wrap around. Shesmu, 42, the 42 assessors. Amit, eater of the dead. Ooh, man. The devourer. Amenta, the hidden place. Into the temple. Unu T 4-5. Unut 4-5, the 4th and 5th hours of the night. Interesting, very interesting things here. Pert Emhru, coming forth by day. So that's the last one. Okay. Divinatory meanings of the doors. Oh, okay. So you get a very quick, chapter 13 here gives you a quick list of divinatory meanings. Boy, do I appreciate that. All right, let's zoom you out again and get going on a reading for Tina. There. All right. Let me find something here to stick in this book so that I can access those meanings quickly. So we're going to, let me go back to the chapter about how to do a reading and see if they, okay, the method of divining. You're supposed to keep a notebook handy, blah, blah, blah. Basically, 2 ways to draw from the deck. The first, involving the use of the die and the magic square, emphasizes the significance of the numbers of the Netaru and their elemental families. The second method, familiar to those who use the traditional tarot, simply involves shuffling the cards and cutting the deck. Ooh, this is a stiff-ass deck. I'm using the die. Okay, this could take a while. The first method creates a magical ritual out of the divining process and takes more time and concentration. Let's light the charcoals. I am getting such a vibe from this deck. And so I apologize if it takes a very long time here. And I also apologize that this short, long reading will not show you the full potential of this deck. I know it won't. And I will tell you, Tina, my dear, to whom I am so grateful for this deck, that I have a very, very, very strong connection to Egypt, to ancient Egypt. It is my belief that that was my entry point on this Earth school. Not sure exactly when, but it was my entry, and I was a priestess in a temple then too. So, okay. Here we go. Wait, before we go there, let's go here. Allies and ancestors, guides and guardians. Guardians of this deck, deities of this deck, I thank you for your presence here. I open the door of my mind and open the doors of perception within my mind in order to let the wisdom of this deck come forth, especially for my gifter, Tina. Please, Lloyd, help me get some clear messages here, and deities of this deck and deities with whom I've worked lifetime after lifetime. I thank you for being here and giving me clear messages for Tina. All right. We're going to do the whole thing here. I'm going to light this, and we are going to do a smoke cleanse. This is a deck I just feel like, you don't fuck around with this deck. It has serious things to tell and very deep messages, and I think after this I'm going to do a birthday reading for myself with this deck. All right. And then, so that's by fire and air, by salt and water. May you be purified, charged, blessed, and made whole. And I offer you my guides and guardians, and the deities and guardians of this deck. I offer you fresh water and the fire of Azrael. Breathe in these perfumes that are very familiar to you. All right, not going to shuffle because we'll have to find the cards in the deck using the dice. So, or the die. Okay, to begin, clear a space in which you can work without being distracted. Then with the cards in the magic square before you, take the die in your hand. The question to be posed must be clearly formulated in your mind and must be concentrated on before the die is thrown. Twice for every position. The first throw is the number of the column in which it will be found. The second throw reveals the number of the row or the family. If the first number obtained is 4 and the second number is 6, then you get Afneteru. Okay, this is going to take a while. So what I would like to know is a clear message for the person who sent me this wonderful gift, Tina in New Zealand. What does she need to know right now? Please give me your wisdom. Okay, we have 6, 6. Okay, so 6 and 6 is the 6th family, I think. Oh, this is going to be hard, you guys. It gives me the name of the deity, but it's really difficult to kind of get there. It's a number, I'm hoping it's a number 6 card. this could make it a little bit quicker. Circuit. Okay. There. 1. I may do a speed up of this. Ready, set, go. 3, 6. Nef. Okay, it says the family on the left side. Menert. Nef. Nef 3. Okay. 3 and 2. 6 of the pet family. Okay. Then we have 5, 1. And that would be number Tepi. Okay, 5 and 1. 5. Kekyu. Then we have 8 and 2. Pet family number 8. And we have 8, 3. So you can get the same card twice in a reading. 3 and, or was it 8 and 3? I think it was 8 and 3, right? That would be Imhotep. All right, 4 more. 3, 4. Family of Amsu. 1 and 4 and 8. This is Duat number 4. 2, 1, 7. Geb, Ta family, Ta, 7, Geb, Ta 1. Okay, it's getting confusing. Geb. All right, we have 1 more. 7 and 7. Number 49, Satet. 7, Ta, Satet. So it would be very helpful if the cards each had their own number, because it shows individual numbers here. You know, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 4. Oh! 9. Oh, maybe not. All right, I'm going to put these like this, and then we're going to get the book kind of out of the way. All right, so we lay them out. Put this back a little bit. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's just start. Where was I? All right. Okay, so we do get reaction past outside, action future inside, and look at the arrows pointing between all these things. Wowie, wow, wow, wow. All right, points 0.1 corresponds this to the as above and 0.5 to the so below. This is like, wow. Number 1 stands for serious. Interpretation of all the other cards in the game must take this key into account. Okay, so that first one, Circuit. All right, now I'm going to try to just go winging it and see what happens here. So we have Circuit, Nef. Danger of the misuse of sexual energies or a conscious choice in their direction, magical protection, and protection of marriage. So it would seem like there's a relationship question here. I don't think I got like an in-depth question from you, did I, Tina? All right. So the thing is about partnerships, the use of sexual energies, and, you know, sexual energies are not just an outlet and an expression of love and an expression of sexuality. It's an expression of the creative force. Sexual energies come into play in spell work. It is energy is energy, right? It's the same energy, but instead of being expressed through your genitals, it's you pull it up through and express it at a higher level through the crown. This is raising the Kundalini, right? So that's what I'm going to go with, the idea of raising the Kundalini, of really raising your energy vibration from the level of the genitalia, from the root chakra, where it's about survival and fear and, let me get mine, and raising it up through where it can attract a divine partner to you, where it can attract the fruit of those energies to you. All right. Then we have Me'ert, unlimited possibilities, a time for seeding plans. All possibilities are in potential but not yet realized. So yes, we have this potential energy that's waiting. There's a yin-yang-ish kind of vibe to that picture. So we're looking at taking this raw sexual energy and standing there realizing that anything's possible. Nothing is manifest yet. Anything's possible. So we're going to channel. What happens when we've got this sweeping potential of anything's possible? How do we narrow things down? So this becomes the first challenge, is how do we describe exactly what we need rather than throwing out this massive, I just want to be happy. It needs to be whittled down. And then we have the family of Pet, Night, an auspicious time to make contacts, connections, integration, creativity. So with this being the past, all potential, if you're not in a relationship now, I would say there's strong potential for it coming in. If you are in a relationship now, I'd say it's strong potential to take it up to the next level, and begin to manifest creativity together. Auspicious time to make contacts. All right. Now let's look at these three. We've got from Tepi Awi Un Kekiu. Immediate transformation of a situation. Light is shed on a perplexing problem. The end of obscurity. So we have, in the past here, kind of this all potential. I've got all this energy crawling through me. What the hell do I do with it? And we go from the all potential into shining a light, asking the questions. Kekiu, the end of obscurity. So something starts to come into sharp focus. Immediate transformation of the situation is I finally understand what the question is. Now I get it. Things are falling into place. And then we have Mat. Truth and justice, higher laws operating to influence events. All right, well, the higher laws here would be I'm no longer just throwing things out, in a broad sense. I'm starting to see the light about what it is that I want, what it is that I need, what I'm trying to bring into my life here. Okay, I'm going to scoot these down so we can see. And then bringing it into clarity, and then putting it into a magical form, calling on deity, bringing cosmic energy into it, bringing in the support of your guides. Truth and justice. All right, so seeing the truth of things and acting in right ways is the center here. So look at it showed me those arrows, as above, so below. This one was talking about misuse of sexual energies, or just kind of scattering of energies. And then we get this, truth and justice and higher laws operating. So the call here is for ethics, to be incredibly ethical as far as your sexual energies go, understanding the potency of those energies, understanding the power of those energies, and how much more powerful they can be when you do rein them in, when you do put structure around them, when you do start to really define what it is you're after. Okay. Oops. Something fell. Imhotep. Oh, good. Okay. The power of healing, the healer. All right. So now we're taking these energies, and here's where I want to say that we perhaps have some trauma around sexual energies. This could talk about someone coming to justice around that. The power of healing, the healer. So when we do acknowledge that there are wounds, and we take responsibility for those, no longer just acting out the woundedness, but looking for the truth of it and looking for bringing justice and bringing it into balance, then we become the wounded healer. We become a healer. All right. These are something else. I'm really digging this deck, Tina. All right. Then our last row here, we have Amsu, sexual pleasure, rejuvenation, initiation. This looks like healing those old wounds and finally able to come into the full expression of your sexuality in a healthy way, in a healed way. Then Duat Sheshmu 42. Judgment by self or others, with the outcome depending on the integrity of the querent. Purification. Okay. So it does bring the issue of judgment in here by the self or others. Purification. All right, so the forgiving yourself is a big thing. Forgiving yourself for only doing what you knew how to do at the time, right? And then suspending the judgment of others, understanding that no one else's judgment means shit here, all right? No one else's judgment has a bearing here, or has a place here, is valid here. It's their opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, right? Then we have Geb. It's just in the Ta family. Here we go. Number 1, loyalty, materialization of one's plans, nourishment, and connection with the earth energies. All right, so now we look at being able to trust within a relationship. The loyalty as well, being loyal and true to yourself. Look at it coming next to Mott here. Really being true to yourself as far as relationships go, and only accepting what you are worth, and only accepting someone that treats you, that gives you your full worth in their treatment of you. Materialization of one's plans, nourishment, connection with earth energies. So what that is saying is, as you heal past issues here, you can form a deeper relationship with your own body and through it to the earth element. And what's the earth element but the end of manifestation? All the other elements, air, fire, water, feed into that final moment of manifestation, which is when something comes into form, into earthly form that I can put my hand to. So it says through the healing of the body, through the healing of the issues of woundedness, reclaiming the energy of your body, reclaiming your sexual energy, letting people come to justice, or just balancing that in your head and understanding what's just and what's not, what you deserved, what you didn't. That we then become a wounded healer, and then we start to really bring our life's purpose into manifestation here. And then the last one is Satet. And this is number 7, purification. Again, the last keyword of this one was purification. The first keyword of this one is purification. The initiation of a new project and the right time for action, sending one's energies outward. So we manifest healing here, and by doing so, reclaim the energy that you have in your body, the energy of creation, the energy of the universe. You know, the most potent it is felt in us as humans is through sexuality. That is, you know, a potent experience of the bliss of creative energy. And we go through this purification process. I want to look her up again. Pet. Number 6 in Pet. Thank God they have this section at the back. This is amazing. Auspicious time to make contacts and connections. Integration, creativity. So the integration process here, where you are reclaiming and healing energies that have been wounded, reintegrating them into your physical system so they become usable again. And then at the end, we can purify all of this out of the system. Purification doesn't mean I never think about this again. It's that the story has been transformed in our minds from this horrible mistake that should never have happened, didn't deserve, and grinding on that, to I still didn't deserve this, shouldn't have happened, was wrong. All of that can coexist with, and it is part of my story. It has been the catalyst for me to do my healing work. And it's a statement of, yes, this sucked, and I choose to use it for this, right? It's not, there was a reason it happened for you. Fuck that. You make the reason. You say, this happened, it robbed me, and has been robbing me for however long. Traumas rob us, and they can rob us for an entire lifetime. And saying, I choose to do my healing work. I will use this story as a catalyst to understand myself and understand others, and just the process of healing itself. Go through this healing process, and at the end, we end up purified. Purified. And the Ta is the family of Earth. So here we go back again to the family of Earth. And be interesting to go and look at these cards and see like how many from each family are here. So we have Neph. We have 2 Nephs, which is wind. We have Pet, 2 pets, which is, please, heaven. We have 1 Tepiawi-un, which is primordial. We have 1 Akut, which is fire. We have 1 A, which is moon. And we have 1 Duat, which is the underworld, and 2 Tas, which is earth. What we don't have is Ra, family of the sun. So the only one that didn't show up is family of the sun here, and that tells me that this is internal stuff, you know? Okay, so as much reading as I might need to do to really get all of the juice out of this deck, it's not necessary to get a reading out of this deck. Holy crap. The bells rang. I am so excited for this deck. Thank you so very much, Tina. I hope that this reading resonated for you. I hope it's, you know, something that, I hope it's true. So I'm very, very interested in your feedback on it, as always, with anyone that I'm reading for. I am blown away by this deck. I can't wait to do an anniversary reading. an anniversary reading. What the fuck am I saying? A birthday reading for myself. Oh, looky. So at the end here, we have an appendix, a comparison of the doors with the traditional tarot. And it goes through the major arcana. And yeah, it just goes through the major arcana and pairs it up with one or more cards from this deck. So, wow. Bless you on your healing journey, Tina, and thank you so much for this deck. It's truly been amazing. This is a long-ass video. I hope it was worth it for you, at least, Tina. And if you guys can get a hold of this deck, first of all, if you're interested in anything Egyptian, you got to have this one. This is like the antithesis of that first Egyptian deck, the tarot deck that I got, where every card was like, you will get murdered with a sharp object. So anyway, thank you. If you have stuck around for an hour and 6 minutes with me here, you are a true fan. And I appreciate the fuck out of you. And if you did, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. If you would like to get a reading, hit the hit the wish list below and buy me a deck like Tina did, and you will get a hell of a reading. I hope it was a hell of a reading anyway. All right, you guys, take care. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you next time. This is Luna. Blessed be.